Hi everyone! Welcome to Instagram Live with CS Abroad yet again. Today we are going to be chatting with David Jackson, who is our site director in Thailand.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Your semester students have been on site for, I want to say like 2 months now, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. They're coming to the end of the program, so about another
Okay.
2 weeks we'll head home.
Oh wow, okay, that's a super quick program. It seems like
Yeah,
at least.
so it's actually a trimester program at
Mm-hmm.
so they start in right at the end of December and then
Mm-hmm.
go to the end of March, early
Mm-hmm.
April. And then the fall starts at the end of August and then goes through to sort of mid-December.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, so it actually works really well for students that are on a trimester system at home in the US then.
Right. And it fits
Okay.
pretty well with the normal semester. And then it does actually give students extra time at the end of the program to travel before they need to be back home
Yeah,
or give them a bit of space to sort of readapt before they go back into classes or the normal
right. Yeah.
years.
Oh, awesome. Okay, great.
Mhm.
So where do students usually kind of travel if they do their own independent travel? Where do they travel around?
I mean, yeah, students are frequently gone literally every weekend. So Thailand domestically has huge number of locations. They can go down to the beaches in Krabi or Phuket, very
Mm-hmm.
beautiful beach there, or head up to Chiang Mai in the north and
Mm-hmm.
experience more sort of the Thai culture and a more laid
Mm-hmm.
back lifestyle there. And then there's really easy trips to regional countries. So Vietnam, Singapore, Malaysia, Myanmar, Hong
Mm-hmm.
Kong. Students have been to Japan for the weekend,
Okay.
Taiwan. Thailand is very much a sort of a domestic hub for budget airlines. So there's,
Yeah.
just 60, $70 one way tickets to Vietnam or Malaysia
Wow.
or Bali or really wherever you want to go. So a lot of options for students.
That's so cool. Yeah, I always like to ask about what sort of weekend travel is like for places that aren't Europe because I know we talk a lot about like traveling every weekend for Europe, but it's definitely something that is possible in other locations, especially somewhere like Southeast Asia where there's a lot of countries that are small and close together. So that's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about housing because I know that's a question that I get a lot as an advisor. So, what is the housing like for students in Thailand, as well as for interns? Because I know there's a couple different options that you can do. And is it all one housing? Is there different options? What is it like?
So for the semester students, it's student housing. It's a little bit off campus. They're really nice rooms. There's like flat screen TV. There's a fridge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's air conditioned, Western sort of everything.
Mm-hmm.
On-site laundry. There's a restaurant right there. There's a couple of mini marts, but it's also in a big sort of student housing area. So lots of great food around. There's
Mm-hmm.
a shuttle that takes students to the campus and
Mm-hmm.
then back home in the evenings. We do have two options. The main one there is Bundit House, which is sort of just the standard option. It's really nice housing, but then we have a more sort of premium option where it's just a little bit nicer. The furnishings are
Mm-hmm.
nicer, like wood floors. They get a bit more. There's like a sofa in the room that they can hang out on. That
Mm-hmm.
like a bigger desk. It's a little bit quieter.
Mm-hmm.
So options are really great for students. We never really have any issues with housing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for interns, it's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Up in Chiang Mai, students can choose either to stay in a homestay with a Thai family.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's definitely something that people do worry a little bit more about, but
Mm-hmm.
it ends up being a highlight of the program because you stay
Mm-hmm.
with a Thai family, you connect to them, you become part of their family, you become their sort of adopted son or daughter for the program. You get a new Thai mom and dad, and they take you out, they feed you, they look after you, they worry about you, and they show you
Yes.
Thailand. So that is often, one of the sort of highlights of the program for students. Or if you don't
Mm-hmm.
want to have just a normal apartment option, and again, it'll be a nice apartment, TV, fridge,
Mm-hmm.
high-speed internet, all
Mm-hmm.
the usual air conditioning, hot water, all everything as well, in just a normal apartment in central Chiang Mai, and
Mm-hmm.
then you just commute to work. So different
Yeah.
options.
Awesome. Okay, great. Yeah, something that I believe I've heard one of our alumni ambassadors say is that she had never had better faster internet than when she was in Thailand. She was like, I miss Thailand internet so much when I'm in college and at home. So you're definitely still like connected there, which is great. So we talked a little bit, you touched a little bit on sort of how food is like where there's like grocery stores and there's restaurants around the housing. Is it possible for students to cook for themselves when they're in the housing, or is it mostly like eating out?
Yeah, so that's a super good question. Definitely something students ask about all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So Thai apartments rarely have a kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much great street food, and
Mm-hmm.
it's so really cheap and affordable, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. Literally 24 hours a day, you can find something to eat that most people don't cook, and you won't generally have cooking in your apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but because is such a huge variety of food available in Bangkok, from you
Mm-hmm.
know the cheap street food to more expensive sort of Western food and stuff, that
Mm-hmm.
students struggle with that.
Mm-hmm.
They can, and we do at orientation, generally take students to the supermarket,
Mm-hmm.
so they can buy bread and cereal, peanut
Yeah.
butter, all the Western things you'd want,
Mm-hmm.
particularly for breakfast. Nobody really wants to be messing around too much. Great
Mm-hmm.
time.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
Um, so you can still get all that stuff, get all your normal Western food, and if
Mm-hmm.
you are missing, bread and cheese and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
again, Western restaurants everywhere here, so that's
Mm-hmm.
definitely an option. The only issue with that, obviously, is it costs a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So buy street food meals you can eat for maybe $1.50, and have a
Yeah.
great meal.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, a burger or something more Western, that's going to cost you $4 or $5, maybe
Right.
$6 dollars, much more
Right.
easily. Yeah.
Right. But still, honestly, half of what you pay here. It's like if you're
Yeah, which
really
is-
set on Western food, like you can easily
Yeah.
get a burger here for like $12 minimum, So
Yeah.
still would be saving a lot. I do love to tell students like it's really cheap. Like when I tell them like you can eat for under $5 3 meals a day, they're like, "What? Are you serious?" So it's one of my favorite
Yeah.
things to tell students for sure.
And well as well. Yeah.
Yeah. What campus is actually like at MUIC? So is it close to the housing? Is it in the city proper and the housing is a little bit further out? What does the actual campus kind of feel like?
Yeah, super good question. I think that's hard to picture sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on campus itself, it feels very much like any sort of Western university. It's a beautiful campus, lots of greenery, quite spread out, lots of different faculties. The campus and the area where students stay is kind of a suburban area outside central Bangkok.
Mm-hmm.
So what that means is it's quieter, it's more relaxed. Central Bangkok itself, Bangkok's an amazing city, lots of stuff going on, but sometimes it can be very sort of in your face because it's just busy, always things going on, a lot of traffic, a lot of noise,
Yeah.
a lot of...
Yeah.
So being a little bit outside is actually better, and then you can get into the city relatively quickly, just grab a taxi. And then the housing itself is about a 10-minute drive from campus.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a shuttle bus, so they can just go. There's actually, it's walkable. If it was in the west, people would probably just walk it, but because it's hot here, people generally stick with the shuttle bus. And then on campus, it's like any other Western campus, some great coffee shops, restaurants, great places to hang out. The co-working students can use. There's actually a nap. Students are struggling and want to take a nap halfway through the day. So there's all kinds of great campus.
That's so cool. I wish the office had that.
Yeah, I think we all need that, right?
That's really cool. I actually did not know that, so that's awesome. Yeah, that's great. What was I going to ask you? Yeah, so MUIC as an actual school, what is the demographic like? Is it a lot of local Thai students? Is it mostly international students? Is it a good mix of both? What is it like?
Yeah, so MUIC is a smaller part of the Mahidol larger university, but the international has a lot of Thai students. All classes in English, and all the Thai students speak English, and all sort of discussions and everything is in English. But yeah, you'll be in classes with other Westerners, students from Europe, Germans, French, Italian, British, reasonable amount of US students, and then Thai students. So it's the nice thing to get to sort of connect to Thai students, do group work with them, and learn about their lives and their culture.
Yeah, Awesome. That's so cool. So one of my favorite questions to kind of end on, because we are running a little bit out of time, is what do students like most, would you say, about their time either studying or interning in Thailand?
Um, while I think the academic and the internship experience is super valuable for students,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people think their opportunity to travel. So two things I'd say, the culture, learning about the culture, that's a big thing I would talk about in orientation, is cultural differences, communication differences,
Mm-hmm.
what that looks like. Super
Mm-hmm.
valuable for students when they go home, understanding those cultural differences, but then
Mm-hmm.
also opportunities. The fact that they can go down to the beaches, the fact that they can go to Vietnam for the weekend and see
Mm-hmm.
different areas, different things going on. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and for like a pretty good fraction of the price, I would say, for in comparison with some like European destinations, for example. We do have one final question that just snuck in at the end, so thank you, Livia. One student asked, "What do students like most about the TEFL program?"
Mm.
And I know the TEFL program is pretty new as of last summer, um, in Chiang Mai, right?
Yes, exactly. The TEFL
Mm-hmm.
program, and that's what I recommend to students. So a lot of students, when they're here, they want to stay. They don't want to go
Mm-hmm.
home, or they want ways to work and travel or get more
Mm-hmm.
exposure, international experience. That's actually how I got started in Thailand and how I am
Mm-hmm.
still today. Is that teaching and learning how to teach English as a foreign language gives you
Mm-hmm.
that opportunity. And once you have that experience and that accreditation, you can teach English really anywhere in the world. And it's a
Mm,
great or it's a great way to learn more about the culture. It's a
yeah.
great way to language and just really see the world and get paid while you're doing it. And it looks
Mm-hmm.
great on you as well.
Yeah.
Teaching changed me a lot as a person, made me much
Mm,
more going, much more patient when you're working with
mm,
children,
mm.
um, and provided just super valuable experience and really helped me and I think a lot of people sort of understand where they want to go in their career and where they go with their lives. So
Yeah.
that having that TEFL program and having that accreditation and that amazing work experience, that's super
Mm-hmm.
valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. I would really second that. I didn't do TEFL myself, but I know that, TEFL is like the TEFL certification is something that is pretty much kind of the gold standard of English as a foreign language teaching. And the fact that you not only get the certificate, but you're also able to get real world experience outside of the US and in a different location will honestly give you that extra leg up on your resume from someone who might just have the certificate. So definitely a good option to think about. Well, we are all out of time for today. Thank you so much again, David, for chatting with me and answering the lovely questions that people had. I hope you have a great day. I'm gonna go to bed real soon.
That's right. And thank you for coming up.
And stay safe and healthy, okay?
Yeah, you guys too. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate it.
All right, bye bye.